WGSN DB Going Solo Network welcomes you to award-nominated relationship internet radio talk show, Going Solo with Cece. Host Cece is a speaker, author, blogger, and the leading transitional divorce and dating coach with My Friends Connect and Going Solo Next Step. Now, together, let's join Cece.
Well, hello there. You guys caught me. I was trying to work out something on the radio station, and it is so great to have you here on Going Solo with Cece. And I am Cece Schatz. Those of you that don't know me, I am actually a divorce dating, really kind of a transitional, motivational coach. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. You know, I really kind of have my hands in a lot of different pots right now. And I'm kind of excited about it. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. I wanted to talk to you about a do-over. Can you imagine in your life to have a do-over? I mean, sometimes, you know, you wonder where your life is going to take you, what avenue you're going to be going down through. And for me, you know, being a divorce and transition into dating coach has been just an eye-opener. It's just been absolutely astounding for me. And so that's why I wanted to be able to share that with you tonight, because what we want to do is we want to take our life from where it is and we want to bring it forward, and we want to do it the best way we can, and we want to be happy, don't we? I mean, that's really what we want in life. And so, you know, I put up this quote today, which I thought was really kind of cool, and I'll kind of share it with you here. But it says, maybe it's not always trying to fix something broken. Maybe it's about starting over and creating something new and something better. It's a do-over. So let's have a do-over tonight, huh? So I wrote this article that was posted in patch.com. If all of you don't know what patch.com is, it's an internet, and it's really segmented to your particular area, but it's an internet newspaper, and they have a lot of really cool things. If you've never heard it before, go on your neighborhood patch.com and see what's happening in your area there. So they have a lot of really cool things. But this article that I wrote, you know, I wrote it because I felt like so often we think being single is really a taboo. It's really kind of not such a great thing. But the reality is it's not so bad if you really can come to terms with it. So let's talk about the article that I wrote, and what we're going to do is, and then I'm going to leave you with a couple things that I didn't put in the article because I wanted to actually share that with you directly. And so if you want to join me tonight, you can. You can write a comment right on the screen there, and I can see it, but I will be jumping back and forth between screens here. But I will see your comment, and I would love to be able to talk to you in person. If you want to come and join us in the lobby, just jump on in. All you need is Google Chrome. You can come on in and talk to me directly, because I would love to be able to talk with you. It would be great to be able to, you know, really touch base with you and kind of see where you're at. But let's go on with the article. The article that I wrote is really talking about kind of understanding where you are in life and understanding that it's not such a horrible situation that you might be going through. So, as I said, I'm often asked, does it get any easier adjusting to being single? The answer is no. It doesn't really get easier. But what it is, it begins to change. Your life begins to shift. Your mindset begins to shift. And what you start to learn is that being single is creating really a new life for yourself. And so with the shift to the positive, creative mindset, it can be a life filled with new adventures and awesome beginnings, new beginnings. And it's just, you know, sometimes it can be just such a wonderful experience to think that you can move forward in your life, but you know what? You can make choices to move forward in your life. And so I hope that you guys kind of get that and you start to understand it. So can you imagine if you're given, you know, if you're given the opportunity to have anything that you want in life, if you're able to make choices for yourself, and you're at that place in your life where you can actually do that, isn't that just an awesome thing? I mean, sure, yeah, maybe you're alone, maybe things aren't exactly the way you want them to be, but they're going to change. And that's the reality of it. And that's what's so exciting. So let's talk a little bit about changing some of that mindset. And I had some things that I had posted, which I thought were kind of good. It's like, one thing, look in the mirror and look at yourself. Truly look at yourself. Do you like what you're looking at? Now, I'm not talking about the depth of the person that you are, but I'm talking about what you really look like. I think we have to begin to start accepting ourselves for the way we are. And if we don't like some of the things, let's change it up. You know, Janet Tatum always says, change it up a little bit. So your haircut, you know, can you maybe change your hairstyle, your hair color? Guys, come on. Why do you have to have gray if you don't want gray? You can color your hair. We're okay with that. The other thing is your clothes. You know, maybe you need to go out and buy a few new outfits. Get in today's, you know, what they're wearing today, the styles today. I think too that when you start buying a few new items for yourself, and you don't have to spend a lot of money, because I realize that money is, as you're starting into being single, money is kind of tight. But when you start buying some clothes for yourself, you start seeing, maybe I need to lose a little weight. Maybe I need to do some certain things to myself. Or, you know what? I'm not so bad. So maybe with changing my style, maybe adding a little color to my life, I start looking really good. You know, I wear bright lipstick. I don't know if any of you guys notice. I am very blonde. I'm very light. I'm light-eyed. I'm light skin. I'm light hair. So I wear lipstick and I kind of pop a little bit with that. And it makes me feel good. And so you want to do what's going to make you feel good. Makeup, you know, you can, ladies out there, have you revamped your makeup? Have you changed your look a little bit? Maybe you need to pizzazz yourself a little bit, you know. And guys, you know, maybe shaving, maybe not shaving. You know, sometimes, you know, facial hair, they're coming in with like these little goatee things or whatever. Maybe you want to grow something like that. But if it makes you look older and you're like a lot of gray in there, maybe you want to color it a little bit. You know, I say shake it up. Be a little bit of different. Do something kind of different for yourself. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it's you that has to feel good. And that's what it's all about, really, is making yourself feel good. So let's start about talking about your mind. What are you putting into your mind? I mean, that's kind of a hard question to ask yourself. What are we putting into our mind? What are we watching on TV? You know, I have a friend, a guy friend, and he watches, and I'm constantly on his back about this, but he watches cops, violent stuff all the time. Where's that going to get you? Except for going to sleep at night, dreaming about violence and reenacting that in your dreams, and maybe making the girl next to you scared to death because you think you're on some sort of, you know, mission in, you know, in your dreams. And so, you know, you want to think about what you're actually putting into your mind, putting into yourself. So what are you watching on TV? Could you really embrace something that's maybe a little bit more positive? You know, maybe something a little bit more uplifting. Maybe comedy, some fun things that be able to make yourself feel a little bit more joyful. What are you reading? Are you reading? You know, for me, books are a little bit harder for me because of my time span. It's so short, and so I love them, and I have lots of books that I do read, and sometimes I'm reading a couple of them at one time. But what I do like is I like blogs. There's some great informational blogs out there. If you're going through a divorce, if you're going through some of those difficult times, I can tell you right now that some of the blogs that I actually enjoy are Amy Sherman and Rosalind Sadaka's blogs on, you know, divorce and children and that kind of thing. I've really loved those. Some of the other blogs I like is, you know, Lisa Copeland. You know, she's a dating expert. We've had her on the show here. She's fabulous. Her blogs are really great. You know, listen to some of these. And what are you listening to? You got to be listening to WGSN DB Going Solo Network. You got to be. Because if you're not, you're missing out on something. Do you not know what that is? That is an internet radio station for you. It's for singles. And it's geared towards making you the best person that you could be. And so we have shows on there that are awesome. And we also have blogs that are on there. Some of the guests that send us some blogs, we post those kind of things for you. You know, financial blogs, different things like that. We have financial shows. We have dating shows. We have divorce shows. We have inspirational shows. Angela Kane, who's awesome. We have guests that are, some of the elite. We have authors that have terrific books. You want to feed those things to you. And then I want to ask you, what about that little voice? What are you saying to yourself? Sometimes I think as we're making that transition into creating a new life for ourselves, we beat ourselves up. And so sometimes I think we need to stop a little bit. We need to give ourselves a break. We need to understand that where we are today is not where we're going to be tomorrow, nor the next day. And so I just think we need to cut ourselves a break. We need to pat ourselves on the back because we made it this far. We've gotten through probably one of the most difficult times in our lives. We've experienced some of the pain that is just, the words can never explain sometimes the things that we experience. But here we are, and we've made it through. And we're going to, now we can put that roadmap together. We could start creating that path of where we want to go in our lives. We can have that do-over, that absolute do-over. One of my friends was telling me tonight, it's like starting over. Absolutely. It's like starting over your life again. Whatever's happened to you in your past, sure, it's happened to you. But learn from it, embrace it, and move forward with it. We're going to have some great guests on our show here coming up, which is really going to be kind of cool, that are going to help us with some of that. So I'm kind of excited about that. So now let's talk about the other thing so let's talk about action, because so often we talk about all these things, but we don't put any action to it, right? So in order to be able to have that movement of choice, and you've heard me talk about this many times, we have to be able to go out and explore new things. So number one, we want to get out of the house, get out of your sofa, get off of it, get up and get out. And that's the most important thing. You want to start meeting new people, make new friends, start creating this life for yourself, the life that you want to have. I think that is so very, very important. So you want to get out and meet new people. There's a lot of different ways to do it. You can join us right here on Going Solo Network, because we're going to be establishing a community for you so that you can be able to branch out. We have it all over Facebook, our groups and things that we do all over Facebook. We just recently met Going Solo Travelers, and we met with my good friend Lori, and she has a group too that's the bucket list or whatever. And so we got together with her, and we were able to meet and have dinner, and I was a little bit late, so I do forgive that. Sorry about that. But the whole thing is we got out and we started exploring new ideas about travel. Gosh, can you imagine us traveling together, having a hoot of a time, getting out and doing some new things? I think that's really cool. The other thing is, I think you need to think about your hobbies. Like, what the heck do you like doing? And explore that. You don't know what you like doing? Start doing stuff. Start putting together in your mind different things that you might enjoy doing. And I know you've heard about me talk about this before. So some of these things are not new things, but hopefully they're things tonight that are going to make a difference for you, that's going to create something for you to be able to move forward. That's what's all important. So think about a hobby, something that you might enjoy. Hey guys, if you like going out looking at those cars, those old cars or whatever, find some people that enjoy doing that with you. Take a gang with you and start looking at some of the cars and explain to us women what the heck they're all about. We don't mind hearing it. I think it's kind of intriguing to look at some of the old cars and find out, a little bit of history about it. What the heck? Share your knowledge with other people. So if you've got something that you enjoy doing it, share it with other people, and you'll be surprised how many people say, that's kind of cool. Let's look at that a little bit more. The other thing is, to feed our minds makes us young and keeps us young. And we become far more interesting, So I'd say take a class, learn something new, change it up, shift it up. Let's shift our mindset into doing whatever we think we possibly could not do. Let's do it. Let's do something totally different. So sometimes, going to a class and learning something new really inspires us to do something totally out of the box, totally something different. And then, of course, we talked about travel. What's on your bucket list? What can you do? What can you do a little bit differently? So I want to share with you the two things that I left off the blog. And I saved that because I wanted to share it with you and only you, because I think it's very, very important. If you connect with me, I love you for it and I appreciate it. And thank you for doing that. But the thing is that what's so vital about all these things that we share with you, whether it be myself or anyone here on WGSN DB Going Solo Network, the thing is, number one, you have to want to make the changes in your life. The big want, you have to want to do it. So in order for you to be able to take action in your life, before you can do that movement of choice in your life, you have to want to do it. But better yet, you have to believe that it can happen. And so often we don't think that we deserve better, or that we want, that we want our lives to be better, but we don't think it can ever happen to us because we've experienced such sadness in our lives. But I stand to tell you that if you believe just that tiny bit, good things are going to happen to you because it's the way it's supposed to be. Sometimes in our lives we have to experience things that we don't want to experience. We have to feel things that we don't want to feel. And we have to ask ourselves, why are we feeling those things? Why are we experiencing these things in life? Because we have to learn from those things, whether they're good or bad or indifferent. We have to learn. And so the thing is, we have to want to change our lives. We have to create that being within us. And the other thing is we have to believe that tomorrow will be the best it will ever be. So maybe you're saying hogwash. And I don't blame you for that, especially sometimes when we're at the place where we're at. But if you don't want to believe, let me believe for you, because I know it's out there for you. I know your life can be like a 360. It can change in a minute. And it can be the best it can ever be. But you have to want it to be. And that's something I can't change. I can't instill in you. I can't make you do it. It's something only you have to have the desire to be able to make those changes in your life. So that's the $1 million ticket. And that's the one thing or the two things that I left off of the blog. But I wanted to share that with you. And I know that those that have read the blog are probably here listening to me tonight. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate you joining me each and every week right here on Going Solo Network. And I want to thank you for embracing all of those who have been a part of WGSN DB Going Solo Network, because, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here today. Because this whole station has been derived from the divorce support group, the My Friends Connect divorce support group, which is probably going to evolve into part of the Going Solo Network. But the thing is, it was those people that said they want more. They're hungry for something different in their lives. They want something that's going to be positive and that's going to reach and make them reach to the boundaries that they never thought that they could have again, because they were stuck in that box of pain and sorrow and wondering what their life is going to be about. So that's how we started WGSN DB Going Solo Network. And Going Solo with Cece was started that way because we started out as, really helping those going through divorce and, life after divorce. And so those who have taken me personally and had embraced me and moved me through. I mean, it's been, so many different stations, Rhino on Air, Life Improvement Radio, Chuck Bryant, who has set us up with this, all of those people of RGA who constantly inspires us to be able to be more than what we thought we could be in business. And they have inspired us to be who we are today. But the biggest thing is not only who we are today, but who we are becoming. So who you are, and you've heard me say this so many times, who you are today is not who you're going to be tomorrow. And so you get that do-over. So time goes by so quickly, and I love you so much for listening to us each and every week. So you're going to find me right here on Going Solo Network on WGSN DB Going Solo Network. Also, we have a great lineup. If you're listening to our live streaming on the radio, you just go to www.goingsoloNetwork.com and you can hear us there 24/7. We have great shows that run all night long and all day long, so 24/7. So you can listen to great shows there. Also, you know, Kit and I, we do a great show, which is the boy and girl thing. We talk about topics of dating. That's really kind of what the show is about dating. I know his hot button is online dating. Mine is really trying to get you through that transition of dating through to living your best life so that you can embrace those that are going to be coming into your life, so you know when something's right for you, because, you know, we have to be more in touch with ourselves. And with Kit and I, we have the differences of, you know, the girl and guy thing. And so it's kind of a cool thing. You'll hear us a little bit bicker back and forth, but we love each other as super good friends do. So as we move forward in our life, I'd like for you to not sit back and think that, you know, your life has ended, as many of us do as we're going through divorce. But I want you to know that it is just absolutely just beginning. And, you know, being single, you know, again, that $1 million question, you know, when am I going to feel like it's okay? And the question is, the answer to the question, the $1 million question, is when you're ready. Because being single is not such a bad thing. And being with somebody is awesome. But the reality is being with who you are, being comfortable in the skin you're in, being comfortable with knowing that tomorrow is going to be okay for you, and not only okay, but you can embrace the good things in your life. That's pretty awesome. And that's where we want you to be. We want you to be living your best life, the only life that there is, the one that's yours. And that's what's so important. So as we're closing out the show tonight, it goes so fast, a half an hour. And I hope that this venue that we're using, this Facebook venue, I hope it touches you. I hope that you are able to connect with us in a way that is good for you, because that's what we're here for. So many of our hosts try so many different ways to reach those in need. And so I hope tonight you listen, or whenever you catch this rebroadcast of the show, I hope that it touches you, and I hope that it changes you. You know, I will tell you a story. One time I was going to stop doing the radio. I thought, what the heck, you know, is anybody actually really listening out there? Am I really changing anyone's life? Am I really making a difference in anyone's life? So I thought, what am I doing all this for? Because I certainly could be doing something else in the evening other than preparing for these shows, writing articles, doing all the things that I do. But I love it. I will tell you, I love it. I have a passion for it. I could do it all night long, and it doesn't faze me at all. But I went to a party one time, and I had thought to myself before I went, I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this up. I'm going to start dating. I'm going to focus on me for a little bit versus focusing on trying to help others. I went into this party, and this stranger came up to this strange man, and he came up to me and he goes, Cece. I said, yeah. And he goes, I wanted to meet you. I really wanted to meet you tonight. I saw that you were coming, and I wanted to come to this party just so that I could meet you. I'm thinking, oh boy, here we go. You know, another weirdo. And he ended up being a wonderful guy. And he goes, you know what? He said, I went through a horrible divorce. I was really, really struggling, and I had to work. I had to go to Spain. I had to travel. He said, I came across your shows, and I started listening to everything that you're saying, all of your different shows, going through all of your different, you know, broadcasts that you've done, the ones that you recommend, all your friends, everyone on the station. He said, I just became absorbed. I went to work during the day, came home at night. I would listen to all this stuff, and it just started feeding my soul, and it's turned my life around. It changed me from being so hard on myself and not realizing that I have a life after divorce. he said, so your show really, really helped me. So this is why I'm here today. So I hope that this show helps you. I hope this makes you feel like you can start over. You can have that do-over and enjoy your single life, because heck, I'm enjoying mine. And I never thought I'd be here. I never thought I would say that. Not that I don't want someone in my life, because I most certainly do. And I have had wonderful people in my life, and I still do. I have wonderful, wonderful friends that I've embraced and that I love. I have wonderful family that I love. So, I mean, my cup is runneth over. But the reality is, it's not ended. I mean, I can still continue to go on and still have a most wonderful life. I have such great things in store for me that I never thought in a million years that I would have. So you can have that too. And that's what we want to share with you tonight. So I want you to take one thing from tonight, just one simple little thing, and apply it to your life and make that change. And then come back and let's see what happens. So I will see you next week, I hope. Same place, same time. And I hope we can talk about something else that will change your life. We're going to have some great guests on the show. We're going to have Paul Levin on Boy and Girl Thing on Thursday. So why don't you come and join us? That's going to be very enlightening. And I can't wait to hear what he has to say. He's a speaker and he transforms people's lives every day. So I cannot wait to see what he has to say for us. So that is going to be very exciting. All right, well, this is Cece with Going Solo, and you can catch me on WGSN DB Going Solo Network right here, the same place, same time. Also on www.goingsolonetwork.com. If you want to email me, it's the same thing, goingsolonetwork@gmail.com. And of course, you can always, catch me right here on Facebook. Like our pages, please join us in some of the groups that we're in. We have, the Going Solo divorce group. We have My Friends Connect Tampa Bay group. We have the Going Solo Travelers. We have the awesome single, men and women group, which we're going to start doing things with that. I know Lindsay's coming. She's come back from her visiting her family, so we're going to start doing some cool things with that. So we've got some really great things happening. We have Date the Right One. We have the Boy and Girl Thing page. We've just got a lot of stuff happening, a lot of stuff happening. And the reason we have is for you. We have it all for you. So I hope you will join us right here on WGSN DB Going Solo Network. Rosalind Sadaka's on. I know that Shan White's on right after me. So we hope that tonight, which is our divorce night, that you can get something from that. So we're going to have to sign off here, but I love you. And I want to thank you so much for being supportive and being just an awesome person that you are, because that's what makes the whole world go round, right? Is people like you helping other people and connecting with other people. So I hope that you can take one thing, just one small little thing that I talked about tonight, and apply it to your life and see if it makes a difference. So I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.
WGSN DB Going Solo Network welcomes you to award-nominated relationship internet radio talk show, Going Solo with Cece. Host Cece Shat is a speaker, author, blogger, and the leading transitional divorce and dating coach with My Friends Connect and Going Solo Next Step. Now, together, let's join Cece.